back to the channel. What is going on with the YSL Young Thug trial? Yesterday it was all explosions going on to oust Hilton and Love, the district attorneys. It started off with Milnick, and he gave some emails showing that they knew since 2021. He also showed an email that they knew since 2023, and he also emailed June before the immunity was given to Woody that he did not want him talking to his client, and they know that that's his client. It went on and on and on, so let's get straight into it. Hey, don't forget to hit the like button, comment below, subscribe, and turn on your notification bell so when I drop, you get the drop. Let's get straight into it.
What you said to this honorable court is that you represented Mr. Copeland in an unrelated case. Is that true?
That's correct.
All right. Was there any discussion with the Fulton County Office members that you represented Mr. Copeland for purposes of being a witness in this trial that's before the Honorable Judge Whitaker?
Yes.
Can you explain that to us?
It goes back to 2021. I met with Don Geary, and he talked to me extensively about Mr. Copeland's involvement with YSL. And it's dated June 7th, 2024, 11:52 a.m. It's to Miss Hilton and Miss Love. The first sentence says, "Here is a communication between myself and Miss Love, which pertains directly to the YSL case." And it's a forwarded message from a number of people, including myself and your case manager, Sheila Rosser, dated March the 3rd of 2023. And it's from Miss Love.
In your presence, ever say that you were not representing Mr. Copeland pursuant to a potential witness in this trial?
No.
Do you do anything to separate yourself from that representation?
No.
Do you do
The email I sent to Miss Love, Miss Hilton, from the DA's office, yourself and Mr. Sharp, dated June 6, 2024 at 4:31 p.m. Do you want me to read it? Or?
Sure.
Says, "Good afternoon. All it has come to my attention that the Fulton County District Attorney's Office has questioned my client, Kenneth Copeland, without my knowledge or consent. Please be advised that my client does not wish to speak with any member of the Fulton County District Attorney's Office, nor any law enforcement officer. My client will assert his privilege under the Fifth Amendment tomorrow and will not testify. Thank you, John Donna."
Okay.
Next on the stand is Kayla Bumpus. And if you remember, I put a video up maybe a week ago stating that I think she was in trouble with the court because she deleted all her videos of her and Woody off her page. Well, it seems that she did have something that was hidden. It was a secret meeting at the secret meeting that was not on record, and it has all came out now. And I want to note, when you're speaking, don't use they, he, she, we. Use people's names to be direct.
This will be a TikTok of Mr. Copeland speaking to Miss Bumpus, where Mr. Copeland acknowledges that what is in the transcript the transcript is not complete from the June the 10th meeting. I get my information from Miss Bumpus, so perhaps, and I don't know specifically at what point if we came back in the room prior to going back on the record. I don't know, but at some point, Miss Hilton, Mr. Copeland, and Miss Bumpus were in that room discussing things themselves, and my understanding is that Mr. Copeland relayed information regarding the murder of Donovan Thomas and perhaps some other information that Miss Bumpus indicated would be Brady material. And so I just want to put that on the record that this happened.
Okay.
So anyway, I viewed this interaction. I'll go ahead and proffer to the court the exchange that I witnessed. Miss Bumpus says, "Woody, is the transcript complete?" Mr. Copeland then vigorously shakes his head back and forth, indicating no. Then Kayla Bumpus says, "You say no?" And then Woody responds with, you know that. So that's the interaction that takes place. Your Honor, as I think maybe you indicated, and certainly as the state indicated, perhaps the better source of this is Ms. Bumpus herself. She's here. I'd like to call her to the stand and we can hear her testimony about what took place on June the 10th, 2024. In the course of that ex parte that was not recorded in the transcript, not because of anything nefarious. I think better insights into our position that there was Brady material June the 10th that was not captured in the transcript and not provided to us.
All right.
And was the ex parte transcript that you read a complete recording of absolutely everything that took place in chambers that morning?
No.
Could you please tell me, generally, when was there a time during the course of that ex parte meeting when y'all went off of the transcript?
Clarify what you mean by that, when y'all went off.
Was there a break in the proceedings at some point on the morning of June the 10th? Multiple breaks?
Yes.
And during one of those breaks, did you have occasion to speak to Mr. Copeland with someone else, with someone from the states, the state present in the room?
Yes.
And when you had that conversation, that was off the record. That was without the transcript being transcribed.
Yes.
When there was a portion of that meeting that was not recorded on transcript, who was in the room?
Myself, Mr. Copeland, and Simone Hilton.
When all of these people are in the chambers, what happens next? A step at a time.
Simone starts talking to Mr. Copeland about what we talked about in the hallway.
What specifically did Miss Hilton tell Mr. Copeland about what happened in the hallway?
I don't remember what she said at the beginning, because then she says, wait, Judge, can you step out?
Who is the she that says, wait, Judge, can you step out?
Simone Hilton.
Okay, ask the judge to step out. At that point, does the judge step out?
Yes.
Does anyone else step out?
I don't remember if the court reporter stepped out, but I know she stopped taking down what we were talking about.
Okay, and she may or may not have remained in the chambers.
Correct.
Okay.
And so at this point, you're saying that the judge is out, you, Ms. Hilton, Mr. Copeland, 4 sheriff's deputies and 2 DA investigators are in chambers.
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
Okay. Next step. What happens next?
Simone starts to talk to Mr. Copeland about, I guess this is the part about purging yourself and perjury and impeachment.
Okay. What specifically did Ms. Hilton say about purging himself?
About purging himself once he began to testify that he would purge himself of him being arrested.
Okay. What about perjury did she tell to him? Did Ms. Hilton say to Mr. Copeland?
I think some of this is on the transcript, but she reiterated the fact that pretty much she wanted him to testify. She didn't know what he was going to say, but there was one thing that they know that he didn't do that she would not allow him to testify to.
Okay. What did Ms. Hilton tell Mr. Copeland was the one thing he knew she
All
knew?
right, let's not assume any of this, because this is your witness, so don't lead her, okay?
Okay. So, when you say that, what did Ms. Hilton specifically say regarding that?
Well, first, Mr. Copeland said, I can claim all of this. I can claim all of this. I might as well just say I did all of this. She said, but we know you didn't do all of this. And specifically, we know you did not kill Donovan Thomas. And I will not allow you to get on the stand and say that you killed Donovan Thomas.
And when Ms. Hilton said, I will not allow you to get on the stand and say you killed Donovan Thomas, did she say anything else with respect to that?
Pretty much, I would explaining to Mr. Copeland about independent evidence, because she said if she had any independent evidence to prove that he was lying about anything, she would just use his statement to impeach him. But she would not necessarily press charges against him for perjury. But she said that if he said this thing, this one particular thing, which was the unaliving of Donovan Thomas, that she may move forward with perjury. And Mr. Copeland says, well, it's not just about me knowing who killed him, but it's about, I know more about that infinity, and I know something about somebody who's not even on trial.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there a second because there's a lot to unpack, okay? So, do I understand your testimony to be that Miss Hilton said that she would prosecute him if he lied about the killing of Donovan Thomas, but she would not prosecute him if he lied about other things?
Yes.
Let's go back to the infinity, because I didn't catch all of that. What did Mr. Copeland say about the infinity?
You just said, I know something about the infinity that y'all don't know.
And how did Miss Hilton respond to that?
No, I don't remember, but basically she's just like, okay.
Okay. What happened next in that meeting? Oh, can I stop you a second? Had Judge Glanville re-entered the chambers where you were at this point?
No.
Okay. Please continue. What happened after the comment from Mr. Copeland about the infinity?
I think that, she really didn't say anything about it. She just kept moving forward with explaining to him about she wasn't going to go for that lie about the unaliving of Donovan Thomas, but whatever else you lie about, I'll just use it as impeachment. And that conversation went on for about 5 minutes or so, maybe a little bit more. I don't know. At this point, we've been in there for 2 hours. And they gave me a second to talk to Mr. Copeland, and then I was in.
Okay. Who gave you a second to talk to Mr. Copeland?
I guess Simone.
Did Simone Hilton remain in the room while you spoke to Mr. Copeland?
Yes, but she couldn't hear what we were saying.
Why do you believe she couldn't hear what you were saying?
She couldn't. I know, because we were whispering in we scooted away from her, and we just kind of whispered in each other's ear.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Counselor, was there a time in your presence that you heard someone give a direction for the sheriff deputies to shut off their body worn?
Absolutely.
Do you know who gave that direction?
Deputy Brown.
And do you know at what period of time or what point in time that occurred? Were you alone with your client? Was it throughout the whole time? Were you with Miss Hilton? What was going on when you heard that?
That was the first thing he said when the deputies brought Mr. Copeland in.
So as far as you know, I'm not saying the sheriff deputies followed that order, but they were ordered to turn off all body-worn cameras as far as you were concerned.
Yes.
And this conversation that you just relayed to us with Ms. Hilton, you and Mr. Copeland, your client, was that a calm conversation? Was it heated? How would you describe it?
It was, we had been in there for 2 hours. It was a high level of emotional tension, if that's a thing.
Okay, were people getting louder than we're speaking now?
Yes.
And who was that person or people?
Simone.
Okay. And when you were talking about Mr. Copeland not being permitted to take responsibility for the killing of Mr. Thomas, you know what I'm referring to?
Yes.
Did Mr. Copeland in any way take responsibility for that killing that day to Miss Hilton?
Pretty much, he just said, you don't know what I did or didn't do.
Okay. And that was said to the prosecutor about the killing of Donovan Thomas?
Yes.
Most definitely let me know your thoughts and comment below. And don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Thank you for tuning in.